Hey everyone, this is Jillian Hartman with Fox 4. I'm just trying to get my camera set up for you here. We are following breaking news out of Port Charlotte. There's actually been a shooting. The PIO, Katie Heck for the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, tells me that there were shots fired early this morning. Now, I want to emphasize that there were no injuries, but they are searching for a person of interest, and his name is Daniel Bouchard. And right now they are using a chopper. I don't know if when you first tuned in, the chopper was in the air, and they're also using canines on the ground to search for this man. This is along Curry Terrace, and this is also near Montgomery Drive, and this is again in Port Charlotte. And here you can see the Sheriff's Office chopper in the air looking for this person of interest, and again his name is Daniel Bouchard. And the Sheriff's Office tells me that he fired shots earlier this morning on Montgomery Drive, and that's just a couple streets over from where I'm at. And they tell me that they have 4 witnesses in custody for questioning, and they tell them that they know Bouchard. They identified him as a shooter, and right now he is on the loose. They're actually searching for Daniel Bouchard right now. I'm just having a little bit of trouble zooming out on my camera, so I will start stepping back so that you can get a better look of the scene here. And you see that car right there? This one right there? Well, that car, they are actually processing that right now. They say that there are a couple bullet holes on that abandoned car, and this is just a couple streets over from where the shots were fired. Now, they believe that Bouchard possibly took this car over here and maybe escaped after firing those shots, and possibly used this vehicle to do so. But again, they're in the very early stages of this investigation, but we do know that they are processing this vehicle. There are bullet holes in that car, or on that car, and they're working to find out where Daniel Bouchard is right now. And again, they have a chopper in the air. I hear right now it's coming back around, and they also have canines on the ground searching for this man. This is in Port Charlotte. If you're tuning in, I see that there are a lot of questions. Now, I just spoke with Katie Heck. She's the PIO for the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, and you see there they have their helicopter in the air. They're searching for a person of interest after shots were fired here near Curry Terrace. The shots were fired actually just over on Montgomery Drive. And you can see they're looking for Daniel Bouchard, a person of interest. Again, he had shot some, here, let me show you what's going on. They say he shot, or fired some shots, excuse me, but it was an isolated incident. I want to emphasize that. So there's no reason for public concern at this time. Now, they are searching for him, and they do believe he is armed. So if you do come across him, if you do see him, do not confront him. They emphasize that to me. Do not confront him. Just call 911 and tell law enforcement the information you know in relation to this case. Now, if you're just tuning in, we are on, here I'll show you, Curry Terrace. This is in Port Charlotte. And right now, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is investigating an isolated shooting incident. I spoke with the PIO, Katie Heck. She's right there on the phone. You see her on your screen. She told me that they spoke to 4 witnesses who identified Daniel Bouchard as the shooter, and they said that there was some kind of argument on Montgomery Drive, which is just a couple streets over. And here, I'll zoom in on the chopper for you, and say that there was an argument, he fired some shots, and then ran off. Now, they're looking for him, they're searching for him. It's an active investigation. It's still early in the investigation, but like I said, they are searching for Daniel Bouchard. And in a second here, I'll show you a picture of him on my other phone. Hey Juan, can you come help me out? I'm having trouble zooming out on this camera. Do you mind trying? Thank you. Our photojournalist Juan saved the day. But again, we are covering breaking news out of Port Charlotte, and I'll share more information that Katie just told me not too long ago. Now, they have canines and their chopper looking for Daniel Bouchard. She said this was an isolated incident along Montgomery Drive, and the sheriff's office has 4 witnesses in custody for questioning. Now, according to her, the witnesses know the suspect and identified Daniel Bouchard as the shooter, and they said there was an argument, he fired some shots, and then ran off. Now, no one was injured. Right now, the crime scene unit is investigating, mapping out the scene, taking photos of shell casings, and this car that you see here was shot at and was left abandoned on Curry Terrace. That's a couple streets over where the shots were fired. You can see up here that they have their chopper in the air looking for this guy. Now, the sheriff's office is expected to be here for a few hours, so if you live in this area, don't be alarmed. They are looking for this guy, but they don't believe there's any danger or concern for the public's safety. So that's something people shouldn't worry about, but they do believe he is armed, and if you see him, the public is urged not to confront him and call 911, but again, no reason for concern for public safety. Now, they have this street blocked off. You can see that car right there. That was the car that was left abandoned and has bullet holes. Now, we don't know if Daniel Bouchard drove off and used this car to escape and got out of the car. We have no idea, but we do know that there are bullet holes on this car here that was left abandoned. If you have any questions, just comment below. That's all the information I have for right now. I'll show you a photo of the guy that the sheriff's office is looking for. But before I do, I can show you again. They have their chopper in the air looking for Daniel Bouchard. You can see several vehicles here. They have a whole crime scene unit processing this scene, and I'll show you the photo of Daniel Bouchard, who I've been talking about, who is the person of interest in this case. Let me see. I think it's a little bit hard to tell on my phone. I'm having trouble showing this photo. We're sorry guys, it's kind of hard to see, but that's Daniel Bouchard, who the sheriff's office is currently searching for. Oh, that's it right there. So take a good look. This is him. This is who they're looking for. This is the person of interest, and that is the reason why this sheriff's office chopper is in the air right now looking for him. There's also canines on the ground searching for him. This is a very active investigation, and the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office tells me that the public has no reason for concern for their safety, but they do believe that he is armed. They have not recovered a weapon at this point. She told me that they are looking for the gun that he fired shots from, but they have not recovered that at this time. Katie, would you say it started around 7?
No, we responded at 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
But that update was given out at
About
6:30. 6:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It takes a little time for the deputies to respond to
Yeah.
what they have. You know, they got to secure the scene and everything.
Well, there's multiple scenes.
Yes.
I mean, one over here and then the other on Montgomery Drive. But again, Katie, I've emphasized that the community, no one should be alarmed. Even though he is believed to be armed, there's no reason for concern.
Right.
But
I mean, it's an isolated
telling everyone
incident.
to not confront him and to
Correct.
call
Right.
police right away. Okay. If you're just tuning in, we are in Port Charlotte covering breaking news where there was an isolated shooting incident, and the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office tells me that they are searching for a person of interest, and his name is Daniel Bouchard. Now, they have 4 witnesses in custody at this time who are there for questioning, and the Sheriff's Office has been out here for several hours. They have canines in their chopper looking for Bouchard, and they say that the isolated incident happened along Montgomery Drive, and according to the PIO, witnesses know the suspect and identify Bouchard as the shooter, and they said there was an argument where he fired some shots and then ran off. Now, no one was injured, no one was hurt. You can see the chopper up there searching for him. Right now, the crime scene unit you see here is investigating, mapping out the scene and taking photos of shell casings. She said a car was shot at, which is right over here. That car is right behind that crime scene tape. And this is on Curry Terrace. So this car was left abandoned and has a couple bullet holes, and she says this is just a couple streets over from where the shots were fired on Montgomery Drive. Now, the Sheriff's Office is expected to be out here for a few more hours. She says Bouchard has a criminal history with the Sheriff's Office. Now, Bouchard is believed to be armed. Now, if you see him, the public is urged not to confront him and call 911. Yet there is no reason for concern for public safety. So he is believed to be armed. So don't confront him. If you come across him, just call 911. See the crime scene unit here. The chopper up there. It's a very active investigation, and if we have any more updates, just stay with Fox 4 on air and online for the latest. Just a quick recap: no injuries, no one was hurt. Right now they're searching for a person of interest. His name is Daniel Bouchard. I'll try showing his photo again. I know it's a little bit difficult to see on my other phone, but this is him. I know this is hard to see. Let me try to get in the shade. Maybe that'll be better. Okay, that's Daniel Bouchard. That is who they are looking for. This is the man who the Sheriff's Office says is a person of interest in a shooting isolated incident that happened early this morning at 5 o'clock here in Port Charlotte on Montgomery Drive. And they tell me that there was some sort of argument. He shot or fired some shots and ran off, and that's according to the witnesses that they spoke with. They have 4 witnesses in custody for questioning, and those witnesses know Bouchard and identified him as the shooter. Now, Bouchard has a criminal history with the Sheriff's Office. He's dealt with them, or they've dealt with him, I believe, 2 times. I don't know exactly what the charges were or what the incident was exactly, but they do believe that he is armed and that no one should confront him if they come across him, if they see him. If you do see Daniel Bouchard, call 911. But again, they have canines on the ground and their chopper in the air looking for this man. It's a very active investigation. And let me just mention, this car over here, they say has bullet holes. So they are processing that vehicle right there. And this is just a couple streets over from where the shots were fired. Now it looks like the crime scene unit is leaving or maybe going to the other scene. There's a few scenes. There's one here and on Montgomery Drive, which is just a couple streets over. So we will keep you posted on this. This is a very active situation. If you have any questions, just comment below, but that's all the information I know for right now. I see a lot of you are asking for a photo of him. I'll get my other phone, but it's just a little bit difficult to see. You can see here, the chopper is just circling around, trying to find Daniel Bouchard. They believe he's in this area, but there is no reason for public concern. The PIO for the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office says that he's believed to be armed, but there is no reason for public concern. They believe that people in this area should not be worried because this was an isolated incident. And here's a photo of him again. I'm sorry if you have trouble seeing this. That is his photo. That is Daniel Bouchard, the person of interest in this isolated shooting incident in Port Charlotte. If you see him, if you come across him, call 911. Don't confront him because he's believed to be armed. Again, there's no worry for public safety, but if you do see him, you should contact law enforcement. So again, just stay with Fox 4 on air, Twitter, Facebook, fox4now.com for the latest updates on this situation. We will stay on scene and keep you posted with the latest updates. Again, they're looking for Daniel Bouchard, person of interest, and he is reportedly the shooter. According to the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, he fired some shots on Montgomery Drive, just a few streets over from where we are right now. No one was injured, but they are looking for him at this time. Anyone with information, call 911. Tell your local law enforcement so that they can catch Daniel Bouchard. And just stay with Fox 4 on air and online for the latest. And I'll just show you again, this is a very active situation. You see the chopper there circling around this spot, circling around this area for Daniel Bouchard. And again, they have canines on scene. So we'll keep you posted on this story, on this breaking news in Port Charlotte. Just stay with Fox 4 on air and online for the latest.